Hello and welcome to the overview of the Skill Issue Fantasy Series 2021. That's right, I'm adding fantasy to it because this is all make-believe. There have been some changes since the end of the 2020 season. Racing Point has rebranded to Aston Martin, Renault is rebranded to Alpine, and there have been driver movements. Ricciardo goes from Renault to McLaren, Checo goes to Red Bull, Alonso is shifted over to Alpine, Vettel going to Aston Martin, and Carlos Sainz moves over to Ferrari. We have 3 rookies on the grid this year with Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda, and it's an exciting time for the Skill Issue Fantasy Series. Let's go through the track list here. So the season will open in Barcelona, followed by the Japan race, and then back-to-back races in Italy. And then there's back-to-back races in the United Kingdom with Silverstone and Donington, followed by the greatest track of all time, Spa, and then once again back to the Red Bull Ring in Austria. After the success of 2020's Watkins Glen Grand Prix, we have 3 different races back to back in the United States, starting with Watkins Glen, then Formula One returns to Indianapolis and ending with Road Atlanta before going a little bit north to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix in round 12. From there, it is back-to-back circuits returning to the Formula One calendar with Hockenheim and Jerez, 2 tracks that I've never raced on, so practice is going to have to happen there. And then we're going to Kyalami, adding that to the calendar for the first time. Going to see how it fits. Hopefully it's a good time. Before the season finally wraps up once again, round 16 this time in Brazil. Very exciting stuff. Now, as we move on to the preseason testing footage from Barcelona here, you'll see I am still occupying the second driver's position in Williams, but hoping to make a bit of movement. After all, very much outscored half of the field in the first season of my career. Now, there's a little bit of a shift in the rules for me this year with the 2021 season. First of all, I've started with a default of 20 laps per race, and that's going to be on a sliding scale because with a track like Road Atlanta, for example, 20 laps is going to be a lot less racing than it will be on Spa. So for the longer circuits, I'm going to slide it down to 15 or maybe even 13 laps. I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to do it on a track-by-track basis, but that will be outlined at the start of each race. To accommodate for that shift, what I've also done is, with the first season, because they were all 15 laps, I had the tire wear set to 3 times the normal speed. I've backed that off to 2 times because I know now that there's no way for me to force the AI to have mandatory tire compound changes, just mandatory pit stops. So if the AI is going to go soft to soft, if I can, I also will go soft to soft, and then having the tire wear slow down a bit will help in that regard. So it's 16 rounds, it's 15, 13, 20 laps a race depending on the circuit, and there are no more mandatory tire compound changes. Very excited. Gonna start recording the Barcelona circuit soon and get the first round going in the Skill Issue 2021 Fantasy Formula One Series.